Could be the case.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Paladin's also a really strong class for him, and it was his deck of choice when he got to rank 4 on the Legend ladders, I believe.
And yes, Kitkatz is sitting on the floor. He is at the Archon house right now. They've pretty newly moved in there, so they just don't have enough desks to go around. Rocking the Tempo Storm shirt. Tempo Storm jersey. Sorry.
Jersey.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dan.
Apology accepted. So close yet so far. If either of these guys lose, it's devastating because they've came all the way to the finals. They stayed up really late. But at the same time, that's what the nature of competition is. Only one of these guys can go to the offline finals to join Magic Amy, Dark Wanix, and Zalay. Ping Ping Ho, of course, is qualified through points. We have 3 players amongst Waifu, Silent Storm, Chalky, and Max. Find out what happens tomorrow, by the way. If you follow at ESL Hearthstone, the matches will be played at 1 p.m. tomorrow, and they'll be updating you guys on who actually qualifies for the offline finals.
Yeah. So they'll be basically playing a roundabout way of having a 4-player double elimination bracket where the first person to lose twice does not go while the other 3 people advance. Big threat being put out pretty quickly, and this curves pretty nicely because he's going to be able to throw down the Shade next turn as well.
Oop. Looks like the Shield Bot arrives right on time for the nice curve. The good thing is Savjz also has a way to clear the board with Pyro Equality if it ever got dangerously out of control. And the Shielded Mini Bot is efficient. It takes a lot of mana away from the opponent. So much so that Kitkatz even abstained from playing a Shade of Next Rammus.
Wow. Not to say this is as good of a muster for battle turn as any.
Oh! That's actually really funny.
It's a big deal because now he can not only play Shade, but also Hero Power to clear away one of these 1/1s.
Yep. It just weakens it a little bit.
Well, next turn could have been a Coin Quartermaster, and he would have had.
You still can, but it's just not as good.
Yeah, he would have been able to have 2 of those instead of 3, or 2 instead of 1. Now it's not quite as good. Not sure if it would have changed his play either way. But still,
It definitely would have made his board a lot stronger. Well, the Drew the Claw right on curve. Kitkatz is drawing like a god. Dang. Usually in these times you play Harrison Jones right on curve.
Yeah.
Because he's sort of useless in the matchup. At best he can take out a Sludge Belcher all by himself. Maybe even challenge an Ancient of Lore.
He gave Quartermaster a thought. Because it would allow him to trade into the Druidiclaw right now.
Yeah, that's true. He also can kill off this Shaded Next Rammus with a Consecration Pyromancer. Yeah. Quartermaster puts out reasonable stats as well.
Sometimes it can sit dead in your hand and you won't be able to get value out of it if you're not able to play like a Dude and Quartermaster on the same turn.
Well, the thing is, Savjz is like, okay, well, I'm happy if he uses 2 of his mana to Hero Power, so that way he can't play something else. But the joke's on Savjz. Kitkatz couldn't play anything anyways on turn 6. Well, I guess he could Savage Roar. Savage Roar and take advantage of the Quartermaster here. But I guess it's one of those things where it doesn't feel like you're gaining much from it. You clear the board, but he can easily address it.
Yeah.
But then again, you're not doing much either. You're like just passing, essentially. Kill off the 3/1.
I must safeguard the land.
Huh.
So he kills off the Quartermaster.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, this is pretty good. Using a Keeper, you want to
He's
have
paving
one.
the way for a good Ancient of Lore.
Yep.
So there's a couple ways to kill this Shade of Next Rammus. You can Consecration, of course. think that's the cleanest way because then you hero power. There's also a Pyromancer play, so you can get out the Harrison Jones, but
Well, you can
that doesn't feel good either.
you can Pyromancer equality and clear the board that way, but then your Pyromancer just dies to hero power next turn. But then if he's hero powering on turn 7,
Yeah, so if you this is the way to clear it with getting Harrison Jones out, but like I said, it can get swiped and it just easily run over.
yeah.
But again, one of those scenarios where maybe like swipe is okay. It's like, well, he's giving up a lot of his mana.
Because it would make for an awkward turn.
Right.
He'd have to have a 3-mana card to piece together.
The key to this turn was that he wanted to get ahead of the Ancient of Lore. So that way he doesn't fall too far behind, but I'm pretty sure the way Kitkatz is running today, he's not going to be stopped. Well, Consecration BGH, that's one of the cleanest kills.
Yes, it is. Well, I mean...
Unless it kills Harrison Jones. Oh, massive damage.
Oh, no, and it puts him in range for combo.
7 damage.
Yeah, I mean...
Wow.
It is turn 8, but...
Okay, well, he's got good minions on the board, so he can challenge his Ancient of Lore.
Yep.
And he does have a taunt. So, he's still staying alive here.
It's still dangerous, though, because now
Right.
he's got to play around.
Combo, like
Combo.
indefinitely until he picks up Lay on Hands.
Yeah, and on Lay on Hands turn, I mean, it puts you out of combo range, but it also, you're giving up a lot of control, potentially a lot of control on board to be able to heal up out of range. So then you give an opportunity for the Druid to build back up their board, and then usually you're back in combo range again.
I wonder if Savjz is wondering about pushing for lethal here. Just like 9 damage straight to the face.
Yep.
Whoa! He says if you have it, you have it.
And a quality Consecrate as well in his hand, so that's like a surefire way to be able to push through for damage the following turn.
Yeah, there's no lethal this turn. I was just calculating.
What does he have to Ancient of Lore heal and then Wrath?
Rat
BGH?
the BGH. Yeah, that's his best bet. And that's another good sign for Savjz in the sense, because he's like using a lot of cards that normally cycle and are efficient. What's bad news is that he doesn't actually have to kill yet. He's got 9, 11 damage. Oh! Welcome to the field, Tyrion.
Put your faith in the light.
And now with the second taunt, he knows that he can just continue to just go face and ignore this Ancient Lore on the board.
Wow, what a turnaround again. I can't believe it. Savjz looks like he might have sealed this game.
Yeah, I don't see a way out here.
He needs to wild growth into some taunt or way to survive, or because like a silence is not good enough. Tyrion's still a 6/6 body.
This is a fast Druid, so I don't think he's really running much. I mean, Druid of the Claw, what else would he have? He can't even draw anything with it that's going to keep him alive, I don't think.
Oh, Force of Nature too late. We have ourselves a Game 5 going into the last week of ESL Hearthstone Legendary Series. Savjz played this game like a god. Well played.
Both players had some pretty
I can see.
good off the tops.
Damn! Well, the winner of this next game goes to LAN. And it's definitely one where I can't predict either way. And I don't know, like maybe Kitkatz switches up. Maybe he switches to his Warrior for the last one, and we have a Warrior versus Paladin.
It worked out for him last time. I mean, in the last series that it came down to this, he was a 2-1 in the lead. Went with his Mage in the first blind pick matchup, lost.
Right.
Then went with his Warrior. And
His Warrior like barely outlasted the Paladin.
Barely did, yeah.
And then, or I don't even remember what happened. It was just nuts.
There
It
was
was a
a
hand lock.
there was some KT
Yeah.
or some Kel'Thuzad and some Sneeds involved. Who knows?
I don't remember the exact details, but there was definitely Sneasel Shredder, and there were definitely Kel'Thuzads after.
I blacked out a little bit after that match.
Blacked out. All right, so one more game to decide it all. No ties, no tie breakers between these two players. This is all or nothing. And if I were them, I'd be getting awfully nervous at this point. My
Yeah.
stomach would be hurting. I know I start sweating. I start getting really fidgety. Yep. Basically, I'm a nervous wreck.